You give and give and give, and all you get in return is silence, rejection, or being ghosted like you never mattered. You carry their weight, their problems, their emotions, always showing up, always being the good guy. But deep down, you're tired. You're tired of being the dependable one who's never desired, the one who gets thanked but never chosen, the one who listens to everyone's pain while yours stays bottled up inside. You're the emotional sponge, the fixer, the safe choice, and yet you're always the one left behind. And with girls, you bend over backward just to be noticed. You send the sweet texts, buy the gifts, agree with her every word, only to watch her disrespect you and fall for the guy who barely lifts a finger. It's not just women, it's your friends, co-workers, even family. You're the guy they lean on, but never the guy they fight to keep. Why? Because you've been taught that niceness guarantees love. But here's the truth. It doesn't. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to rip off that mask, expose the habits that are killing your attraction, and show you how to finally be seen, respected, and desired. But first, give me just 42 seconds. Now look, I know the title says 42 seconds, and you might be wondering, why is this a 10-minute video then? Because those first 42 seconds, that's where the mirror cracks. That's where it begins. I could give you a quick quote or a catchy line, and you'd feel good for 5 minutes. But if you want to actually delete those nice guy habits that are draining your power and killing attraction, you'll need a few more minutes to rewire how you see yourself. But if you stay with me till the end, or skip ahead if you're impatient, I'll reveal the exact inner shift and visualization technique that changed everything for me. The same one I still use every night before I sleep, and every morning before I face the world. It's not hype. It's a rewiring of who you are. I know this because I lived it. See, I used to think being the perfect gentleman would win hearts. I'd carry bags, send good morning texts every single day, agree with everything she said just to avoid conflict. I was the peacekeeper, the helper, the ever-smiling approval addict. But none of it worked, because I wasn't being authentic. I was being performative. I was the emotional butler hoping for love as a tip. The turning point? When I realized I wasn't kind, I was afraid. Afraid of being disliked. Afraid of saying no. Afraid that if I set a boundary, they'd walk away. And that fear made me invisible. Being nice isn't the problem. Being fake nice is. You became her emotional support system. You carried her bags, paid for her food, stayed up to listen to her endless drama. And then what happened? She dumped you for someone who doesn't even say good morning. You thought, if I just show her how good I am, how patient, how thoughtful, she'll pick me. But what she saw wasn't strength. It was neediness. Niceness without backbone is weakness, not kindness. You weren't kind. You were scared to lose her. You weren't thoughtful. You were desperate to impress. And women can smell it. You were performing. Not showing up as a man, but putting on a mask of what you thought would win her. And masks get stripped eventually. Here's what actually works. And yeah, it's uncomfortable at first. But discomfort is the price of transformation. 1. Set boundaries. You're not a wall, but you're not a doormat either. When something bothers you, speak. When someone disrespects you, say it. Not in rage, not in drama, but calmly, clearly. That's not okay. You were taught that peacekeeping earns love. But real respect? That comes from having a line and standing on it. People might not always agree with you, but they'll remember that you don't fold, and that creates gravity. The guy who doesn't draw boundaries might be liked, but he's rarely respected. And without respect, attraction dies quietly. 2. Stop overcompensating. Nice guys usually aren't just nice. They're extra nice. Overgiving, over-texting, over-explaining, over-fixing. It's all a strategy, a mask. You're subconsciously saying, look how much I'm doing. Please choose me. But here's the brutal truth. The harder you try to prove your worth, the more people question it. They don't feel grateful. They feel suspicious. They start wondering, what's he hiding? Why does he need this much approval? You don't win trust by over-delivering. You win it by standing grounded, even when you offer nothing but presence. Less performance, more presence. 3. Be the real you. Not the filtered version. Not the let me say what she wants to hear version. Speak what you believe. Act from your values. Stop bending yourself into shapes just to be accepted. Because the more you twist yourself for approval, the less you feel like yourself. Authenticity is magnetic. It tells the world, I'm solid with who I am, even if you walk away. That's not arrogance. That's self-possession. Confidence doesn't come from being liked. It comes from knowing you didn't lie about who you are to earn it. 4. Have strong opinions. Stop nodding your way through conversations just to keep things smooth. Smooth is forgettable. Have thoughts. Take stands. Even if they disagree with you, especially then, you'll command attention, not fade into the background. You don't win hearts by being agreeable. You win respect by being real. Disagree with kindness, but stand your ground. That's what tells people, this man has a spine. And for women, it tells them, this man won't vanish inside me to get close to me. And now here's the pivot most men never make. You think you need to be liked, that if you just act right, please enough, smooth things over enough, they'll love you. But that's the trap. The performing trap, the approval addiction, the mindset that flips the whole game is this. Go in to be disliked. Walk into every room, every date, every interaction without trying to win anyone over. Say what you mean. Ask for what you want. Let people take it or leave it. That doesn't mean being rude or cold. It means being solid in yourself. Unshakable. Be okay with someone walking away. Be okay with being misunderstood. Be okay with not being liked. Because the moment you stop trying to be liked, you become free. And ironically, that's when the right people actually do start to like you. Because you're no longer a performance. You're a presence. When you go in to be liked, you'll always feel anxious, always chasing, always bending. But when you go in to be real, you stop chasing and you start attracting. This transformation isn't easy because it's not just changing how you act, it's changing how you think about yourself. You've built your identity around being the nice guy, the helper, the one who never causes problems. And letting go of that, it means facing rejection. It means being misunderstood. It means losing the praise you're addicted to. But here's the reward. You gain self-respect. You gain peace. You gain real relationships built on truth, not performance. And the irony? When you stop needing people to like you, that's when the right ones do. Here's where you begin. 5. Audit your niceness. Ask yourself, am I doing this to connect or to be liked? 6. Say no at least once a day, even if it's small. Start building that boundary muscle. 7. Stop apologizing for existing. You don't need to explain yourself every time you make a choice. 8. Pause before you please. That moment between impulse and action, use it to ask, do I actually want to do this? 9. Visualize rejection and stay calm. This is one of the most powerful things you can practice. Close your eyes. Picture it. Someone turns you down, rolls their eyes at you, pulls away emotionally, says no thanks, or flat out walks away. Really feel it. The awkwardness, the disappointment, even the sting in your chest. And now, instead of resisting it, breathe. Let your face relax. Soften your shoulders. Picture yourself standing there, calm, unbothered. Not bitter, not angry, just centered. You're not falling apart. You're not begging to be understood. You're fine. And here's where the magic begins. As you breathe into that rejection, consciously replace the fear with calm. Swap the ache for inner stillness. Replace the anxiety with something new. Peace, certainty, quiet confidence. Train your brain to feel blissful, not wounded, in the face of someone walking away. Practice this at night before you sleep, and again, first thing in the morning before your day begins. The more you do it, the more rejection loses its power. You begin to walk through life unafraid. That's when the world starts responding differently. That's when you change. Listen, you don't need to become cold or harsh or arrogant, but you do need to stop pretending, stop shrinking, stop hoping that if you just do enough, they'll love you. Stop tying your worth to their approval, because the world doesn't need another fake nice guy. It needs the real you, bold, grounded, unapologetically honest. So if you're ready to stop performing, if you're done being the safe choice that always gets left behind, subscribe, hit like. Share this with the version of you from 6 months ago who needed to hear it. And most importantly, give up the need to be liked. Be you instead.